Speaking of the Ascent, a lot of people in chat right now are saying so far the Ascent is game of the year. We've seen that across the internet.
Yeah.
Spicy. What is how deep have you dove into the Ascension? That is the Ascent.
I will say that work has been very busy, but that is the game that I have decided to play as much as I can.
I like it.
It is extremely good. It is an awesome time sink. I love that game a lot. I'm enjoying it.
So did anything change off our first impressions last week, or is it all
it got better?
More of the same?
For me, it got better.
I have heard that, actually, in reading and watching people talk about the game. They say after the first 1 to 3 hours, the game really takes off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean, I gave it a raving. I called it a spicy wet dream. Actually, it's one of my favorite games. I love the game. It's one of the few games I keep the soundtrack blasting.
Oh, it's so good. The music is good. The aesthetics are good. The style is good. And I mean, coming from me, and I think Mark even asked me this week because we tried out multiplayer. You asked me with a question. You're like, wait, you really don't like twin stick shooters?
No, yeah,
and you were like really confused. And I was like, no, I mean, I'm not. They're not my go-to genre. This game can change that. That's how good it is. Like, this game is a genre all on its own. Like, it's really well. The mechanics they introduce to you, the ways you can fight in combat, the way you can build your character.
Oh, and the abilities are amazing.
Oh yeah.
Have you gotten? So I got this ability that lets me memorize what my health was at.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And because I've encountered some like big old huge monsters that are like mechs that come out of nowhere, and I was originally thinking, how in the heck am I going to kill these people? Like, I'm like way under, but that's how you're going to be able to do things to your character that you'll survive. Do things that you wanted.
It's Mint writes in and he said,
"Oh, that's a good call. Thank you."
He said the Ascent seems to be receiving a lot of praise, and rightly so. Is there any other games that you'd like to see reimagined in, an Ascent style, in that isometric? I mean, we've talked about that before. A lot of games benefit from that, but you could do the Witcher. I would play a remake of The Witcher 3 in that style. You don't even have to change the story of the game.
I think it'd just be Diablo at that point.
It'd be Diablo, yeah. Well, but the fact is that there's this RPG system in the Ascent that's really makes it deep.
Well, it's just the small things they do. How you can actually take cover in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to take cover. There's a point in the game where if you don't take cover, you're dead.
You have to shoot low. You shoot high. Like, just those minor mechanics make the gameplay so fun. And
what's weird about that is it's what do they call it? The isometric view,
bird's eye, whatever. Yeah.
The bird's eye, like the Halo look, but you actually have to worry about height of your bullets.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go up the stairs and shoot down.
Yeah.
If there's a character that's short, you have to kneel to shoot him. You can hide behind cover and put your gun up above and shoot him, which you're going to have to do, and they can do the same to you. And that, I think, that makes the game extremely fun, and it gets difficult, and I really appreciate the difficulty of this.
Listen to this. This is from The Gamer. A lot of news sites are reporting this, but the Ascent is off to a strong start as its publisher, Curve Digital, revealed that over the weekend, its launch weekend, it had more than $5 million in revenue.
And that's just the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, on a Game Pass game.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Well, that's off Steam sales, PC sales.
Credit to Curve Digital, and I don't know. I know they're a small team. I think I heard it was like 12 developers
or 12 dudes or 12
12 dudes.
12 dudes and dudettes, whatever they are.
12 people that did this game. I think that was the number I heard. And this game, from that amount, this is a AAA game.
12 people. Yeah.
This
12
is a AAA
people
game.
developed this game, and it is fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we're playing on the Series X. And I play a little bit on the PC as well.
We're watching gameplay. Did you see him? So now he's shooting low. Did you see him shooting up and over?
High, yeah.
You got to do that a lot. And the other guy was down, so he had to change his gameplay. Sorry, everyone listening, but we're just talking about how you need to put the gun up and over cover sometimes, like a Gears of War blind fire type thing.
Not only that, it's the #1 game on Steam right now.
Yeah, well, and it deserves to be 100%.
It's so good.
this game, and we're playing on the Xbox Series X, and I did play a little bit on the PC and another Plus because it's completely cross save, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So all my progress carried over.
Did you prefer it on the PC?
I played on the PC because a lot when I was watching different reviews and different people talk about it, and some other friends that I have playing it, they said it feels really good on the keyboard and mouse. So I wanted to give it a try, and I can confirm it does feel good on the keyboard and mouse.
Do you prefer it on controller?
Well, he probably prefers it on. I'm gonna guess on the keyboard and mouse because then it doesn't become a twin stick shooter.
Yeah, it's a little bit different feel. It does feel
It feels
good,
like a Diablo game
and it almost
instead.
it does feel a little bit more controllable to me. But I'll probably be playing it on the Series X just because you can kind of lean back.
Well,
in the
ray
chair,
tracing is going to be PC exclusive when that drops in. Imagine how good this game
Yeah,
will
and it's
look
already
with ray tracing.
blacked out, but it is in the settings.
Yeah.
So, but just this game, like playing on the Series X, we'll talk about that primarily. How good looking this game is. I mean, they jam packed this world with detail, clutter. I mean, it's just the game is gorgeous.
Well,
the
it is.
Unreal Engine.
It
Yeah.
is. It's Unreal.
And when you go into the main hub area, the amount of NPCs that like you feel like you're in a bustling downtown city. Like it's
Because there's dialogue going on everywhere.
It's crazy.
So
12 guys.
Doyle in chat says, "I'm in a major gaming slump. Nothing has been enjoyable." Is the Ascent a game that can get someone out of a gaming slump?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of reasons you could be in a gaming slump.
Sure,
if it's stress related, if there's
Stress, yeah, a lot going on in your life.
there's
No game is gonna
fix
that, yeah.
But this is definitely a fun. I mean, if any game could, this is a good time sink to just relax and just forget about life. It'll make you forget, and it'll make you enjoy a world that is absolutely fantastic. I think they did a really good job.
Continuing on in this story, beyond impressive sales figures, the top-down shooter managed to generate over 10 million views across YouTube and Twitch, with the team claiming community engagement has become a key part of the Ascent success. That goes back to what you were saying about
streamers.
The streamers. How important are they to sales of games in 2021?
Extremely important. Yeah, and I saw Lyric playing this, which he's one of the biggest variety streamers on Twitch. And I think that was, I mean, it already had hype, but that's how you do it, man. In this day and age, you could get people. I mean, you know what it is? I just thought of this. Yeah, there's a South Park episode where they create a boy band, and they just need to get. They needed it to be famous and successful. They needed to get a whole bunch of girls screaming at them in a music video.
Yeah.
Right? That's the formula for boy bands. This formula for gaming is you need to get someone playing it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then sales will automatically go up. That's how the gaming world is right now. You see somebody playing it and they're enjoying themselves for obviously reasons, because in this case, it's a very, very good game. The game will sell. It'll do a great job, and we're seeing that.
Yeah. I mean, well-deserved. Congratulations
Well, this is
to Curve Digital.
I mean, yeah, 12 people.
Oh,
and this,
so we're watching right now. This is one of my favorite abilities. They have a loot bot.
yeah,
And it costs you energy, which is funny. But see this little thing following it around?
Yeah. It's on a timer?
Yeah, he will pick up all your loot for you. So you can just run and shoot and kill. Which, by the way, I find it awesome that when you are outside of the cities and towns that Jordan was talking about, like the city zones, you can kill anybody.
Oh yeah, it's actually bad. You can just murder people.
Like you could just, and they like shatter into a million pieces. Their arms go everywhere,
But-
and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were a bad guy, but they're dead now.
Like,
so-
shoot. Like you can murder, and you know what? To be honest with you, some of the best games out there let the player do what they want. I mean, that's just like look at The Witcher. I can go in. The Witcher's my favorite game of all time. I can go into a town and start killing, swiping at people.
Same.
You know
Red
what I
Dead
mean?
Redemption.
Yeah, Red Dead.
Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto does that really well as well.
The nice part about the Ascent is they don't send the police after you.
you don't
when you
get,
do, yeah, like no one cares.
you don't get 5 stars.
yeah,
in this
you don't
game.
get 5 stars. They just like well, that guy shouldn't have been there.
I shouldn't have been in the basement of this corporate world.
So
you know
let
what
me-
this is, by the way? I was thinking about this. This world is Coruscant.
I could be. Yeah, we're in the slums of Coruscant.
This is like the origin story of Coruscant, or the end after the Jedi have fallen, after everything. This is like the slums of Coruscant that we're working our way up. That's
Well-
what I imagine it.
And I love the and I've been thinking about this week a lot. I love the steampunk or the cyberpunk style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've been thinking like, and I'm only saying this because they're the same style of game, and I mean like setting wise, you know, that futuristic cyberpunk style. I've been thinking a lot this week. Like, can you imagine if Cyberpunk came out and it was this polished? You know, like it's just, and it just goes to show me like you don't need a giant studio to make, because I legitimately feel that this is a AAA experience from a small independent studio of what, when I saw it was 12 people who are now splitting what, $10 million with each other.
Or one guy, and they're all quitting.
It's just you know, a good game sell. It's almost like Valheim. Remember Valheim was like 5 people, and it was fun, and it sold. People picked it up and played it and had a good time.
Good games sell, bad games don't. And
Yeah,
this
now-
one was free.
Now, keep in mind that $5 million sales number, it does only account for copies sold on the PC and Xbox. It does not include numbers on Xbox Game Pass.
And we don't.
It would be very interesting to see what their total gameplay is. And here's the thing. Here's where if you're a good game and you get on Game Pass, here's where it pays off for you. DLC is never included in Game Pass. So when this comes out with something new, you know, a new DLC, boom, there you go.
Yeah.
There's another $5 million in revenue over a weekend.
We don't know, and I don't think we ever probably will know the details of how Game Pass pays out. But didn't we find? Isn't it like you get paid by a percentage, or so we were thinking something like that, or did we hear something like on the dark web or something? I don't know.
The dark web.
Yeah, they get paid out by how many players are playing their game at the time or something
On the cybernets from the Ascent.
So, because I mean, I know the incentive of Game Pass is if, like, for example, the studio, a smaller studio, to get your name out there, right? You get your game out there, you're exposed to more people by being on this platform. But I would think there's got to be more incentives. For example, I mean, Microsoft goes after these bigger games that are on Game Pass. There's got to be more incentive to just exposure, you know? So I wonder, I would be curious how much they made off of Game Pass.
Go
I
ahead.
love this boss fight we're watching right now. I thought this was really fun.
Yeah,
when
the
I
Squid
played
Brothers is what I call them.
Regardless, it's done well and well deserved. Good job on good job on them.
This is what's so important about Game Pass. They're bringing good games to Game Pass.
Yeah, it's not a gimmick.
It's not.
Oh yeah.
And for those that bought it on Steam, for example, if those people, I know a lot of people that don't have Game Pass that they're confused at, wait, I could have gotten this for free? You know, I've had conversations like that. Why this is important to get games like this on Game Pass is, well, if you just buy Game Pass for 6 months, you could have gotten this game and 300 others.
Yeah.
But if you get Game Pass, it's free. And they're like, what? That's why it's so important to get these good games, because then Microsoft gets a
sells
new
Game Pass,
subscriber to it. Anyways.
Yeah, agreed. And I think it's going to be like we talked about crack earlier. That's what it's going to be. Why? For instance, when my Game Pass subscription goes up, I will be purchasing another Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be getting another year's worth or 2 years or however much I can stack, because it's. When was the last time? Well, I have paid for games, but it's very rare.
Yeah.
Or if it is, it's a game that you know you want.
Yeah.
And actually, their statistics show that we actually end up paying more.
Which is
for
funny.
games, which is funny.
We have the pseudo or the idea of this is free.
Yeah.
But we actually.
What is? How many times do we say, and it's free on Game Pass? It's not free. You're paying for that.
You're paying for Game
Yeah.
Pass. And you're still buying other things on top of that.
Yeah. Really interesting how psychology works.
Yeah, amazing.
Very exciting. I think for someone that is in a gaming slump, try it out, man. I think it's like Spicy said. This would be a very good game.
Super
that
chill.
could get you out of it.
And what's fun too is how you can play with your friends in co-op. Me and Jordan play together. I think the game is far easier with co-op, which it could, that's
Which is
fine.
great.
Which is great because
For me, it's
like
fantastic.
we were just watching a boss fight that I
Doesn't
mentioned.
that look
I
like
really
the guy from the Goonies? The monster?
Yeah.
This is his great uncle.
the Rocky Road guy. Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, sorry.
No, I totally forgot what I was talking about now.
Co-op.
Oh no, yeah, co-op.
Have you guys played co-op?
We
Yeah, we
did,
played.
and like this boss fight was far easier. I think it's the same concept as Dark Souls. With boss fights, if you aggro the boss, the other person can just shoot,
Yeah.
etc. Whereas In this boss fight, there was 2 bosses essentially, and it was really. I thought it was a really fun fight to juggle, which gets me excited for more boss fights later because those mechanics are pretty. I really enjoyed this fight. I don't know. You had to be careful with the guys that have different mechanics. Anyways, I really like this game. So, David, to answer your initial question, yes, I still like this game. I'll still be playing this game, and this is going to be one of my favorite games.
Yeah. So it's mint.